Hey y'all. So the plan today is to play through Slither.io. And this is an older game from 2016. During that time, this game for the most part blew up quite a bit. A lot of people were playing it. Um Again, this is J-Man. One of the plans that I have for my YouTube channel is to play as many fun and free games as possible. Now we're gonna play through Slither.io. I'm gonna click play. And our plan today, for the most part, is to get somewhere close to the top 10. It would be really nice to get number 1, but I don't expect to get number 1 just because a lot of people do play. Sorry, I got a little distracted by that guy. There's people who play this game all the time, I'm sure. People who are really good at this game. I don't really play this game all that often. So, we'll see. Maybe we'll get top 10, maybe we won't, but we're gonna try. Now, when I was a wee lad, my dad had this old Nokia phone, and it was that's like an old flip phone, basically, very basic, very pixelated. It didn't have any color. It was just, kind of like black and white, but really it was black and green. And, oh snap. Oh gosh. No, please! Okay. Sheesh. I didn't expect to survive that, I'm not gonna lie. See, I got distracted by the story I was trying to tell. Okay. Let me retry. So, okay, this game, for the most part, as far as I can tell, pretty sure it's inspired by Snake. I suspect most of you know what Snake is. But if you don't, it's basically, you play as a snake. The game's very basic. Usually you're on a map, and there's like a one little dot of food that you need to eat as the snake. And each time you eat some food, you grow in size, right? So the objective is to get as large as you can without destroying yourself, basically. Because in Snake, if you hit yourself, or if you eat yourself, so to speak, then you lose. But in this game, yeah, you can run into yourself all you want and you're fine. So it would be a bit reductive to say that this game is just Snake but PvP, Snake but online PvP. That would be a bit too reductive. But to a certain degree, that's kind of what it is. And this game, for the most part, I would say overall it's a good time. It's a fun game. I'm going to leave a link in the description in case you want to play it, although I suspect that most of you know how to access this game. But yeah, I'll leave a link. You guys can check it out. You guys can try it out. Now, on the bottom left, we see it shows the length. Hold on. This guy's messing with me. On the bottom, we can see how many people are playing. So according to the number on the bottom left, it says that there's about 480 people. Right now we're ranked 73, so hey, we're doing pretty good. And our length is 642. Now, the game is pretty basic. You use your mouse to move the snake around, and every now and then you can do a dash if you hold down the mouse button, if you click. But if you do that, you expend energy, and when you expend energy, you lose length. And so the goal is to become as big as you possibly can become. Now, I would say overall, I think generally when it comes to this game, it's a good idea to do a slow and steady wins the race kind of deal. Just because I feel like if you're dashing around all over the place, it's pretty easy to get eaten by someone else. So while this probably isn't super interesting to watch for the most part, there is something satisfying about just crawling around, eating all these orbs, trying to see how big you can become. It's satisfying. It's pretty cool. I like it. I enjoy it. Honestly, I could see this being like a fairly relaxing experience. Just the idea of you can just calmly slither around in this game, just eat all these orbs, grow as large as you can. There's something calming and almost therapeutic about this, playing it like this. Now, of course, the goal, if you really want to, you can get aggressive and you can try to destroy other enemies and take their energy, you know, and grow in length that way. But I prefer to just kind of calmly slither around and try to get as large as I can. Ooh! Oh, I can't believe it. I'm so, well, I mean, that's on me. I was being I was being greedy. Maybe I deserve that. Now I'll show you something else. You can actually change your skins, and there's quite a bit of them. I'm just gonna stick with purple, just because purple is my favorite color, particularly like a darker purple. But you can pick the skins. You can like cycle through them. There's a lot of options. But if you really wanted to, you could build your own, you know, snake with different colors and all that fun stuff if you really wanted to. But I'm just gonna stick with purple. Now we're gonna try again. I lost in the lamest way ever. But we're gonna try again. I would really like to get top 10. This might take a second. Now I do try to be courteous in my videos. I try to speed up where things get a little slow or a little you know, maybe less interesting. So obviously I'm not just gonna leave everything in there, and at the same pace I'll try to make this as interesting and as enjoyable to watch as possible. But sit back, relax, and I will try my best to get top 10. We can do this! It's not that hard. I think I've done it before, but it's been a while, so... And I did get pretty far, so it's not too bad, honestly. Ah, dang. No worries, guys. We're gonna try one more time. Third time's a charm, as they say. Wow, I got really lucky there. I'm not gonna. That's pretty crazy. Just in one swoop. Whoa, whoa. No! I got greedy. No! One more time, guys. One more time. Trust me, we can do this. I just. Alright, okay, this will be the last time that I try. If we don't get top 10, not the biggest deal. I just wanted to show this game off to y'all. You know, show y'all that it exists, document it, put it on a playlist, all that fun stuff. But it would be really nice to get top 10. But again, you know, if we don't reach that goal, it's not the end of the world. Oh yeah, but like, for me to go back to my story, so I was talking about how when I was a wee lad, you know, my dad had a Nokia phone, and it was this old flip phone, and on that flip phone I could play Snake. And yeah, I already told you what the game Snake is, so that was like my first exposure to that type of game. Surely this game is inspired by that, but you know, I just wanted to finish that story off. Now, as a strategy, obviously, you know, the quickest way to grow in length is to attack other players and steal their energy. That would be the most efficient and effective way to grow in length. But me personally, I do kind of prefer this slow and steady wins the race approach. Just because, you know, it's safer. You know, you've already seen how, you know, I kind of goof things up and lose really quick. So, you know, it's always a bit risky to play in that way. And of course, I'm sure many of you can do much better than I can. So, again, I'm going to leave a link in the description for y'all to play this game. Feel free to try it out. You know, feel free to get as far as you can. And I hope y'all's gaming sessions go very well. Now I've just realized how large some of these top players are. Because like right now, I'm at the length of 1,900, right? I seriously doubt I'm gonna reach first place. Like first place, to reach first place in this game is pretty crazy. Um, but if you see their lengths, they're significantly larger than I am. So while it's not impossible to get top 10, it does seem like it's quite the journey, it's quite the endeavor. Yes, finally. That was pretty lucky. That was pretty fortunate. So the crazy thing is that we've been in 30th place for a while. Well, now we're in 29th place, but this is this has been quite the grind, in my opinion. All right, well, I'm finally in 21st place, so that's kind of nice. 19th place, 17th place. Not bad. We're gradually making our way up. Ah! Well, that's as far as I'm gonna get. A length of 5,705. I probably could have gone further. Funnily enough, it is interesting to see how the smaller snake can be able to defeat a larger snake. Because as far as I could tell, that guy was a bit more nimble. If you saw me, I was trying to get away from him, but he was very quick, very nimble. And my snake was just too large, and I couldn't turn on time. But that's okay. I'll leave it there. I'll leave the video there. That leaves our recording session at 26 minutes. Of course, I'm going to condense that. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. I hope that this video was enjoyable to watch. If you feel so inclined, please drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel if you wish. I would really appreciate it. All those things help my channel, helps it to grow, helps my algorithm. And of course, any other YouTubers that you enjoy watching, do that for them as well. I'm sure they would appreciate it. It helps us out, especially the smaller channels. But thank you for being here. I'm going to add this to the playlist of fun and free games that I'm trying to work on. Yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Y'all have an excellent day, and I'll see you all later. Take care.